Reba McEntire has a lot of love for her siblings. Sisters Alice Foran and Susie McEntire Eaton and brother Pake McEntire. Reba's parents, Clark Vincent and Jacqueline Smith McEntire, raised their 3 daughters and son on their sprawling family farm in Oklahoma while Clark professionally competed in the rodeo circuit. Reba, Susie and Pake all took up singing in high school, thanks to Jacqueline, who instilled their passion for music at a ripe young age. By the time I got to junior high school, Pake, Susie, and I were singing more and more together around our house. Sometimes we were the entertainment when Mama and Daddy's friends came over to play dominoes, the singer wrote in her 1995 memoir, Reba, My Story. Pake played acoustic rhythm guitar and sang melody. I sang the high harmony, and Susie sang the low. In the early to mid-80s, Reba's career in country music took off with the release of Unlimited and My Kind of Country. At the time, Susie and Pake were lending their background vocals to Reba. In return, Pake got noticed and launched his own music career. Meanwhile, Susie spent a few years touring with Reba before carving out a space for herself in Christian music. Meanwhile, Alice opted for a more private lifestyle out of the limelight. She worked as a social worker before serving as the county director of the Department of Human Services in Atoka, Oklahoma. Alice is the rock, the one you can call at 3 in the morning, and she'll always be ready to help in any way, Reba wrote of her sister. Here's everything to know about Reba McEntire's siblings, Susie, Pake and Alice, and their special bond with the Super Bowl 2024 performer. Reba and her siblings grew up on their family ranch Reba McEntire and her siblings Susie, Pake and Alice. Reba McEntire Instagram Reba and her siblings had quite a unique childhood. They grew up on their family's 8,000-acre ranch in Chalky, Oklahoma, and were just as involved with tending to the land and animals as the adults. By the time I was 6 I was gathering cattle, and doing it from before daylight until after dark by the time I was 7, Reba wrote in Reba, My Story. Alice, Pake and I would saddle the horses, tie them up, and then go tell Daddy we were ready. Like Reba, Jacqueline had big dreams of becoming a country music star. However, she eventually landed jobs in the education system as a schoolteacher, librarian and a high school superintendent's secretary. Meanwhile, Clark was a 3-time world champion steer roper. The family's weekends were often spent on the road watching him compete at local rodeos, and most of his children followed his lead. Pake had a knack for roping, while Reba spent 10 years competing in barrel racing, per her website. After she stepped away from the sport at age 21, Alice kept perfecting her barrel racing techniques.